hopefully my little noisemakers in the background are gonna calm down a little bit, so I can do this reading with you guys. Okay, got a little candle going here for light. Sorry, I didn't put any makeup. So if that offends you, you'll have to put a filter over my face with makeup, right? So, though I did just get my brows tinted, so in case they appear darker, that is why. That is why. So technically, I have some makeup on my face. It's just kind of different, you know. But my hair's actually really looking good today. It's just this is not the best lighting setup that I have right now. But anyway, I like you guys being able to see the fireplace going. Anyway, it's hump day. We're supposed to get snow tonight, but like it feels like actually not bad out right now. It doesn't feel like it's supposed to snow. I don't know how to explain that. But anyway. Here's the Lover's Oracle. Haven't done this one in a while, so I'm gonna get right into it. Okay, after a little shuffle here. And we shall see what comes out. I know it's like technically, hang on a second, I want to see something here. Sorry, you guys. Sorry. Oh my goodness. It's crazy. 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 I was hoping you could still see the fire here. What is that song? Through the Fire? It's like some old song, I feel like. A little better lighting for the hair anyway, but yeah, sorry. Okay, you can still see the fire there. Okay. We're going to go with this. All right. So, not trying to make it complicated, right? Trying to just get it done. You ever had what they call that, a Tim Gunn make it work moment? Okay. You know, because sometimes you don't have all the costumes and you don't have all the whatever. Sometimes you just gotta, that's why I always appreciated like the foreign correspondents, the journalists, because some of them folks are actually getting the story firsthand, right? Anyway. Let's see what messages come out here from, again, the Lover's Oracle today. It says, somebody says, I am scared of rejection. Is that the person on your mind? Okay, so maybe somebody's a little, I mentioned Tim Gunn earlier, maybe somebody's a little gun shy. Maybe they aren't good at dating, right? The old Matt Foley said they're not good at dating. They don't talk to people well. They are awkward in social situations, right? That whole thing. But let me be your motivational speaker today and say, guess what? Most everyone is awkward at some point in time. A lot of people on the internet, online, they talk about getting over the cringe. Oh, that's so cringe. You have to get over the cringe. You have to get over listening to your own voice on recordings. You have to get over seeing yourself on camera. There's many movie stars, many recording artists, people that don't like this, or they don't like watching themselves on film, blah, blah, blah. And that kind of rejection thing, that's part of when, like, especially if you were giving like a speech or something, it's good to record yourself and watch how you're doing it. And then if there is something you would like to critique, then you can work on it, right? And then you're going to get better and better and better. But you don't know until you tip your toe in, right? So this, I'm afraid of rejection thing, I feel like it's kind of one of those things that if you just nudge it a little bit, like, you never know, right? Okay. This person says, I am better with my mind than my heart. Oh, I'm sorry. Am I blocking you right now? Yes. The dog's coming over here. So this person saying that they're not very good with, yeah, emotional conversations. Okay, maybe they're a logic person. They don't like to dip into emotions. This could be somebody in their masculine energy, right? A masculine energy is a get or done energy. It is not what are you trying to do here? I'm sorry I'm in your way. I'm sorry I'm in your way. My God. Yeah, come up here. Poor thing. It's like, I'm just trying to get comfortable. Yeah, but this person's saying is that they're not good with emotions, but they're having them. And it's like they don't know how to deal with them, and it's like clawing at them. It says eating me alive. Hello to everybody in the chat. You may notice some new guidelines that I had set up. I did some editing on the channel the other day. Since I am the boss CEO here. There's nobody else but me. So this is one of my online channels, but it is the only channel that I do readings on. The only one. And I feel it's very important to note, on the channel that is how it is over here, because I will not try and solicit you via a messaging app ever. If I'm currently closed for personal readings. I'm not taking personals right now. I'm only doing collective readings via YouTube. Every now and then I will do an event, but right now I don't have anything scheduled. So again, I just want you guys to be aware, especially when you're watching channels like mine. This is my spirituality channel. I do have a music channel and a lifestyle channel, and I believe those are all linked in my main description. So if cards and things like this are not what you're looking for, or spirituality messages, then please go and check something out like that out. But don't make it try and fit. Don't come on hating. Don't follow the guidelines, right? Because you will be removed, right? If not by me personally, it will be through the moderation settings that I have set up on the channel, right? So just be aware of that. So, as this person said, I'm better with my mind than my heart. It's like, oh, I would love to take any comments from anybody and be totally open, right? Yeah, but when you do that, you realize that people push it, push it, push it. And unless you set that boundary in place, and it is the internet, so you kind of have to protect yourself as well. You don't need the mental stress from seeing certain comments from people. So if you're somebody who has a online platform as well, consider that. There's some channels that I watch that they don't allow comments at all. None, zero, zip. So do you know what I mean? That's where I say, it's a privilege to be able to have the chat, to be able to comment on other people's stuff. And so, because I don't like to participate in nastiness online, especially unprovoked. So, my other message to folks out there is that if you just have something you really need to get through in the chat, and you're just like, it's really a burning topic for you, go start your own channel. Do it today. It's 100% free. It's free. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't understand why people get in these comments and they start fighting and bickering and harassing the creators when it's completely free for them to go and do their own thing. That is never dialed in with the energy on this channel. You know what I'm saying about with what this is about. So, that being said, right? Okay, back to the message. Sorry guys, I have to say these things on occasion because, it's just like a teacher at school. You're managing little children. Because that would be childish behavior, some of these things that folks do, right? Online. And it's like, okay, they're doing that and being trolls because they don't want to pay the troll toll. They don't want to be the ones getting trolled. No, it's just, oh, well, I'll go here and do what's cool because that's fitting in. You know what I mean? Oh, I don't want to rock the boat because, it's like, okay, whatever. You were right, this person says. Maybe you're the one that told this person that they're all logic and not very good with their emotions. Um, and sometimes people disregard their emotions because they don't want to change what they have logically worked out in their brain, right? Right? It takes a lot to change somebody's mind, doesn't it? That's why they say it's easier to change yourself than to try and change somebody else. So if you're stuck in this, um, or if you're kind of stuck with where it went wrong, just know you were right about this situation. This person was wrong. Okay. And you moving forward should be just the same as how you came to the decision that you made in the first place, which maybe that was, leaving this person to deal with the rejection and saying, well, figure it out. I'm done supporting you. I'm done being the cheerleader. Somebody needs to cheer for me, since nobody else is here doing it, right, it's gonna have to be me. Those kind of things, right? The song, it was a little alarm that just popped up. The song title was called like Now or Never, though, by Pitbull, which I couldn't, if I heard it on the radio, unless he said the words now or never, I wouldn't know it, you know what I mean? So that might be significant for somebody. um the other day I ran into somebody, we were talking about our dogs, and he mentioned his pit bull. And so that's also kind of funny that that came up, in the. So maybe my phone was listening to us, right? You've triggered me, this person says. Okay. So again, this person typically, whoo, that candle's hot. Careful, right? I'm playing with fire. Um, this person, yeah, normally they can handle rejection. Normally they just logically work it out. La 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 la. Whatever. I don't need them. They're a loser. Blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? That kind of talk. But they underestimated you. Bah! Okay. So now they're like triggered about it because it's like, and it's like, where did I go wrong? Where did I go? Yeah, have you ever done that? Have you ever done that? Well, they're in that. They're doing that right now. They're doing that right now. All the overanalyze. You ever hear somebody say, "Oh, you think too much. You did it too much." Blah, blah, blah. Well, maybe you thought just long enough to keep you out of X, Y, and Z that you didn't need to be in the first place, right? And that's why they're saying you were right. You were right. Sometimes it's not fun being right. It might be satisfying in a way. Do you understand? But it's not always fun because for the collective, for the empathic people, we are not out here trying to cause people to go through hard times and stuff. And that's just weird and whack, right? So right? Taking the high road. What does Michelle Obama always say? When they go low, we go high, right? If you take the high road, trust me, you will have no regrets in life. Other people, especially of my generation, Gen X, they will say, yeah, I have no regrets when I punched that SOB in the face that one time. You know what I mean? So, take this advice with a grain of salt, but I'm just saying, maybe it's you're finding out who some of these people are and you're like, oh, man, I was a little too nice to that person, wasn't I? And this person realizes that, and that's why they're triggered. That's why they're triggered. They could have even been picking on you and being like, "Oh, you're so mean. Why are you so mean to so and so?" Because they were falling for all the beat. You know what I mean? They were falling for the shtick, right? What was the movie that was just on the other night? I watched, and I actually sat down and like watched most of it. And I had never really seen it before. It was called Just Right, and it had Queen Latifah in it, and it was her and her sister, and they were kind of competing for this guy, right? It's very similar to the Love and Basketball story, which I've seen that movie probably 100 times. So when I saw that, the storyline, I was like, oh, it's kind of the same thing. So I wasn't like super paying attention, but yeah. Why do I deserve someone like you? So in that movie, Queen Latifah is the one who meets the guy first. And they kind of like have this little banter, blah, blah. But then her sister swoops in, with the hair and the nails and the body and acting as if she is, right? It's like that. What's that other movie? The one Cameron Diaz does so good in it. Um, that's not Cameron Diaz. It's a gal who looks like Cameron Diaz. But Ben Stiller, he like marries this lady based on what she said she was, right? And then he finds out she's not really. We find out also he's not really. Also, you know what I mean? He has some issues as well, obviously. But and that's kind of the thing with some of these dudes in these movies, and it's like they're always falling for it, and it's like, and then they realize, they finally, you know what I mean? But by then, collective, you could have been not in a movie, right? Because you know what we do sometimes when that all happens, we say, well, you know what, I got other things to do. I got other things to do. Exactly. And that's why they're saying, why do I deserve someone like you? Because you're like, yeah, I'm a busy person. I don't have time to babysit you. I don't have time to work out this logic. I don't have time to be your therapist. I got my own homework because the GOD called me a while ago while you were busy with so and so with the body and the nails. You know what I mean? So, just because you've triggered this person and they're feeling some sort of way doesn't mean you have to. Step out of the guilt. Step out of the guilt of it. Take it to God if you have to. But this message right now, it's saying that you were right. So, somebody else I think was in over their head, and now they found out. Will this ever change? Yeah, I think they're feeling frustrated. Maybe it's not going to change until they make better decisions. Right? Yeah, see, they're saying they want to be like you because they see you as somebody who's making good decisions where their decisions have been failing them, right? And landing them in certain karmic key situations that they didn't really want to be in to begin with. So I'm really disappointed this natural light. What is going on here? Let's see if I can. That helps a little bit. Yeah, that helps a little bit here. It's kind of overcast. I really enjoy using natural lighting, guys, versus the ring lights and stuff. I feel like LED and that kind of lighting is very harsh on our eyes. And plus, we're using our screens and televisions that are very bright. So please do protect your eyes, okay, as you're using all of this stuff. Okay, that's why I like to film in natural light, especially for, readings like these. I think you can see it's like, once I get my highlights in here, you'll probably see some definition a little bit better. Anyway, I'm going to pull some romance angels. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, will this ever change? Obviously, with this person, they're struggling. They are struggling. They're on the struggle bus. I think one thing, if the Olympics taught us anything, is that, it's a lot of hard work and determination to get you to the elite, level, the peak of your game. Those folks are not sleeping in, right? Or they have a regimen, then they stick to it, or they have a diet of nutrition that they stick to. They're not pounding sodas like I do, And- which, I've given up soda before, but now it's kind of just one of those things where I'm okay with it. You know what I mean? But some people give up soda for Lent. That's a popular one, I feel like. And also, it's a do your body better type thing. And when I do give up stuff like that, then it's like, okay, well, what do I replace it with? I don't want to just drink plain water. Well, I drink like tea, hot tea, which I could use some today if you can't tell my voice. Yeah, the whole thing was worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. Yeah, so this person might feel like this whole situation has been upside down, okay? And it's like a long time coming. So when it does come, collective, don't necessarily reject the the situation, right? It's kind of one of those things. It's like the right person at the right time, okay? Separation. Time apart from your partner is on the horizon. Okay, so better with mind than heart. So this person may have not really planned very well in terms of like their work schedule and your work schedule are just opposite, right? But hey, maybe it works for the kids or the pets or the whoever, people think that you have to be together 24/7 for, things to work, and that's the ideal, and that is not either. Okay, so this separation, don't necessarily look at it as a bad thing, is what I want to say. Okay. Again, how did I get all the way up to now? Honeymoon. Enjoyed the bliss of holiday time together. And it says you were right here. So wherever you're planning to go potentially with this person, it's going to be one of those things where they're going to be like, oh my gosh, you were right. We so needed this vacation, or we so needed to, experience this without you know how it is. You know how it is. You think like, oh, we got to take the whole family. We got to, and it's like, do you though? Maybe you just need that partner time. You know what I'm saying? So this honeymoon thing, this is kind of like enjoying that together. Like and even if you're not a new couple, it's kind of like feeling like you're alone again, I guess is what I want to say. Soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. And that could be why you have triggered this person. But again, some of you have already, moved on. You might have been in another relationship or currently in one. So whoever is on your mind for this reading, that's what they're saying, is that person is your soulmate. I know, the dog sounds like he agrees as well. It's like, why are you laughing? Okay. All right. Getting to know each other. Okay. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. Okay, so that's what's going to happen in this situation. For those of you that have chosen to kind of be with this person or explore the connection. Okay, not everyone's going to make this choice. All right, so again, this is how it resonates for you. But here, what it's saying is your bond's going to deepen, and they're going to be like, oh my gosh, you know, I've tried to tell other people this stuff before, and they rejected me, or they thought I was weird, or, my idiosyncrasy of always having popcorn as a snack. They thought it was weird, blah, blah. But you're like, whatever, I don't care. It's going to be stuff like that, collective, that this person is going to be so overjoyed, okay, that they're going to really be questioning some of their past life decisions. And yeah, and it's that kind of thing where it's like they were trying to fit in with something, and it just never worked, and now they're going to understand why. They're going to understand why, because they were meant to be with you. Some of you don't want to hear that right now, but that's what it is. So, retreat. It is safe for you to love. Open your heart and give and receive the highest energy of all. Okay. So will this ever change? This person being in these cycles with people who are not open to love is changing because they understand that they're actually supposed to be with you. And this card is saying it is safe for you to show them that, because they're going to be coming to you with an honest heart, an open heart. Love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. This doesn't mean drop everything for that person, does it? No. It's having space for them, but not letting your life be dictated by them. Okay. So some of you could also be coming out of the honeymoon phase where you just want to be by that person all the time, and that's very understandable, right? But like, you do breathe your own air. Okay. So, right. And it's like, yes, you were a whole person before you met so-and-so. Right. There was this one gal in college, and I think I was kind of like on the cusp of breaking up with somebody I was thinking about it. Anyway, I was chatting with her, and she kind of gave me this religious stick about, I used to think that I could fill the hole in my heart with a guy, and now I realize that it takes God and Jesus to do that. And it's like, I understood where she was coming from. It was like, I wasn't trying to do that. I just thought it was weird. She was like, she got like a new boyfriend in like 2 weeks. You know what I mean? What is the deal? Can you guys relax? What? Excuse me. I'm trying to do a reading here. Do you mind? No, they don't mind. Hey. Knock it off. Knock it off. So this is the Animal Oracle deck, by the way. Owl Magic. I saw some owl imagery somewhere the other day when I was out doing errands. It was like a statue, like somebody had like as a lawn ornament or something. Choose to know the truth, because you can open your inner vision. You can see through deception. Let the past go and make room for a better life. Rise up. Magic and wisdom are your birthright. Yeah, letting the past go and make room. Make room. There's a lot of religious songs that say prepare him room. So again, if this is your soulmate collective, you know, maybe you don't want a whole bunch of pictures of like you and your ex up in the house, right? And if you still have pictures of you and your ex up, and it's like, what exact purpose is that serving? Is there a context there? You know what I mean? Okay. A couple more cards here, finishing out the reading. Yeah. Swan Grace. This came out in the reading the other day. Swan imagery. You who glides across the waters of my soul, bring me your wisdom and light. Help me transform into elegance and grace. Inspire me with dignity and the spirit of beauty. Okay. Raven, the shaman. You are the creator and magician. Use your gifts for good. There is power in your wisdom and words. Connect with the elemental spirits and glide through the void. Claim your place as keeper of the mysteries. You can see here it's the totem pole. Totem poles tell stories. It's a Native American tool for storytelling, right? And passing legacy and information from generation to generation. Okay. So what are you going to be passing from generation to generation, right? Do you want to pass that legacy of love, right? You know, do you want to pass the ability to change? Yes. You know, things like that. Okay. All right. So that is all I have for you today. Thank you for joining. Please do like the video, especially if you've been in the chat today. Remember, you do not have to be a subscriber in order to like the video. You may be planning a new adventure here. Okay. So until next time, please do manifest wisely. Bye-bye.